All right. Hi, good morning. It's Friday, May 1st. And today we're going to do a mat workout, mat work with weights. So I'm going to be using 3-pound weighted balls. You can use dumbbells if you want. You can use 5 pounds maybe. You probably won't be able to do as many reps, but that's fine. And if you don't have any weights at all, that's okay. You just continue with the arm movements as though you do have weights, okay? And then at any point in time, if those weights get too heavy or you feel like strain, just put the weights down, okay? So they're just an option to help modify and give us a little bit of a challenge, okay, with the exercises. So I'm Kat, and we're gonna get started. So we're gonna start seated today. So right up on top of those sit bones, and we're gonna bend the knees here. We're gonna start with just forward breathing, okay? So inhale here. Let's start with lengthening the hips away from the ribs as you inhale. Nice and relaxed through your upper body. You're gonna exhale and just flex your spine forward here. Yep, so you're just relaxing over the top of your legs. I'm just gonna change positions here so you can see. I'm gonna inhale and hold here, and then exhale. I'm just gonna lengthen and stack my bones back up. Okay, so shoulders nice and wide. I'm lengthening up through the crown of the head here. I'm gonna take an inhale, and I'm gonna exhale. I'm just gonna flex my spine forward. Yep, over the top of my legs. I'm not collapsing onto my legs though. I'm gonna hold here, inhale. This sends the breath deep into the back to the lower lobes of the lungs, okay? Inhaling and exhaling to come up again. And inhale, hold here. And exhale, I'm going to flex the spine forward. I'm gonna hold, inhale. And then I'm gonna exhale and lengthen and stack all the way up. All right, so we're gonna go over to, I'm gonna add a little bit of rotation here. So about a quarter turn, I'm gonna take my right hand and place it right in the center of my legs. My other hand's gonna go on the outside. I'm gonna hold, inhale here. And I'm gonna exhale and just flex my spine. So here I have a little bit of rotation with that flexion, and I'm feeling a little bit more of a stretch on that right side. Hold, inhale, and exhale. I'm gonna lengthen and stack back up again. Okay, so again, I'm gonna inhale here. Exhale, I'm just lengthening through the crown of my head first, and then flexing my spine with a little bit of rotation. I'm gonna hold here, inhale, and then exhale, I'm gonna come back up again, okay? So I'm gonna rotate my body back to center, and this time I'm just gonna lift my opposite arm up and laterally flex my spine here. Okay, so inhaling here, exhaling, I'm gonna keep my arm back up but stack my bones, and I'm gonna exhale into that lateral flexion. So just for 2, inhale, I'm gonna come back up again. And then this time I'm gonna flex my spine to the side, but I'm gonna rotate and reach that arm. I'm gonna look down towards the floor. Hopefully you feel a good stretch there. You can take your left hand and push yourself into the mat. Make sure your right hip is anchored down here. I'm gonna open back to that side bend, and then again, I'm gonna reach. That should feel good, hopefully. Back to that side bend, and then we come up again. We're gonna go back for the forward fold. So I'm just nodding my chin, rounding forward, taking a big inhale here into my back. Exhale, and I lengthen and stack back up again. Okay, and again, so I'm gonna inhale, exhale, nodding my chin just a little bit first. My chin's not on my chest here. I'm gonna hold, inhale. Exhale, I'm gonna lengthen and stack all the way up. So I'm gonna do a quarter turn to my left, to my right. I'm gonna inhale and hold and exhale. So I'm flexing my spine with some rotation. So I feel this a little bit more on the back side on the left. I'm gonna hold and then lengthen and stack my bones. Right back up, I'm trying to hit my neutral each time. And again, so I'm flexing, holding and inhaling, and exhale, I lengthen back up and stack. Here I'm gonna turn my body back to center. I'm gonna reach my arm up to the side and then laterally flex my spine here. I'm gonna inhale and then exhale to come back up again. And then again, inhale. So 2 times laterally flexing the spine. And then this time I'm gonna take it over and I'm gonna reach and rotate, look down towards the mat. So I'm keep reaching that left arm. And I'm pushing away with that right hand that's on the mat here. I'm gonna open back to the side, and then again, I'm gonna rotate. That should feel good, hopefully. Open back out to the side, and then I come all the way back up again, okay? So I'm gonna lay down onto the mat and then warm up a little bit more. So we're actually gonna start sidelining here. So just lying on your side, your knees can be bent. They don't have to be all the way up here. They can just have a slight bend, knees and hips, and you're gonna reach that top arm out here. We're gonna start with just some scap isolation. So we're gonna protract the scapula and then just come back to neutral here. And again, so we're just reaching, opening the space between the shoulder blades. And we're just gonna do 5 of these, so 2 more. Reaching, inhale and exhale, and 1 more time. And exhale, I come back, and here I'm gonna reach overhead, and then I'm gonna circle around, right? So just mobilizing that shoulder joint. I'm trying not to really move my spine too much here. We're gonna do 1 more like this, inhale and exhale, and then we're gonna reverse that. So we go back, just really wanna bring that blood flow, warm up the body, especially because we're gonna use weights today. And 1 more time here. And you're just gonna stop right here. We're gonna do a spinal rotation. So inhale, that top arm reaches. Exhale, we twist. Stay here, take a big inhale into the rib cage. I'm squeezing my knees together here. Exhale, I contract the abdominals and I come around, okay? We'll just do 3 more like that. So inhale, the top arm reaches. Exhale, I'm twisting, opening my chest to the ceiling here. Holding and inhaling. Exhale, I contract my abdominals and I come around to give myself some support for my head. And again, so inhale, I reach. Exhale, I twist. This sends the air into the lower lobes of the lungs, into more lateral here to the rib cage. And coming around, and we have 1 more, right? That's where we get the best oxygen exchange. So we're gonna twist and rotate. Inhale here, and exhale, and we send it around. All right, we're gonna do the other side really quickly. So here we go, I'm using my hand for support, reaching that top arm out. Just gonna start with that protraction of the scapula, and then I come back to neutral. So I am rotating my spine a little bit with this. So inhaling, I'm reaching and separating my shoulder blades on my back here. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna do 1 more here. And then just coming back to neutral. Now I'm gonna reach overhead and then circle around. And again, I reach up and around. Inhale, I reach up. Exhale around. I'm gonna do 1 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Just getting that blood flow, right? Hopefully you're warming up a little bit. I am. And let's just do 2 more here, going through just a nice range of motion. And just 1 more, and we're gonna stop in that same starting position here. We're gonna reach the top arm up towards the ceiling, and then twist and open the chest. Gotta move my things out of the way here. I'm gonna hold inhale, and exhale, and come back to that starting position. So inhale, I reach my arm up. Exhale, I twist. So I am squeezing my knees together, but I'm allowing for a little bit of movement here at my hip just to make it dynamic. And then I take it around. We're gonna do 2 more like that. Inhale, that arm reaches. Should feel like a nice pec stretch. Hold, inhale. And exhale, I bring it around. And let's just do 1 more like that. Inhale, that top arm reaches. And exhale, I'm twisting. Holding here, inhaling. And exhaling, I'm coming around. All right, so there's our rotation and warming up through our shoulder girdle, okay? And now we're gonna do a hip release, okay? And we're gonna combine some like stability through the pelvis and also some controlled movement, okay? So laying down, making sure if you need a cushion under your head that you're using that. So just gonna start with finding neutral, okay? So when you're in a neutral position, your hip bones and your pubic bone, that lays flat, right? It should be in a, they should be in the same plane, those 3 points. Sacrum feels heavy, and then a curve away from the lumbar. Okay, yeah, that's a natural curve of the spine that we want. Your lower back, so your back of your rib cage is gonna be just pressing gently against the mat here, okay? Everything else is relaxed. So that's a good neutral position. Very shock absorbing. It's also the best position to access your deep stabilizers, okay? So here, we're just gonna start with a hip release. So we're gonna take the left foot, the left leg, and just release it out to the side. The foot's gonna stay anchored to the mat, and I'm gonna keep my pelvis very stable. And then I'm gonna come back on that exhale. So I'm gonna inhale, just release that knee out to the side. Exhale, and I bring it back, right? So I'm not moving my pelvis. 1 more time, so I'm just doing 3. and then bringing it back. Okay, so I'm gonna add some leg extension with that. So I'm gonna inhale, release that leg out to the side, stretch the leg down the mat, turn the knee in and drag it up, okay? I'm gonna do 2 more like that. So I'm gonna release that knee out to the side, stretch it down the mat, turn in and drag up, and 1 more. So I release out to the side, stretch it down the mat, turn it in and drag it up. Okay, so this time what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna release that same leg, so that left leg releases out to the side, keeping my pelvis stable. Then I'm gonna let my pelvis rotate, okay? And then I'm gonna bring my pelvis back to center first, leaving my leg where it is, and then bring that knee up, okay? So I'm gonna do that again 2 more times. So I'm releasing the knee out to the side, not letting my pelvis move. Now I'm letting that pelvis rotate towards that side. Then I'm gonna bring my pelvis back, leaving my leg there, and then I'm gonna bring my knee back, okay? And 1 more like that. So I'm releasing that knee, allowing my pelvis to move. Then I bring my pelvis back center first, then that knee comes back, okay? We're gonna do the same series on the other side. So right knee, just releasing it out to the side, pelvis doesn't move, and then we bring it back up again. So that right knee releases out to the side. I'm keeping all the natural curves of my spine here. Those 3 points are staying parallel with each other. 1 more here. This time I'm gonna add the leg extension. So I'm going to inhale, release that leg out to the side, slide it down the mat, turn it in and drag it up, okay? So it's a 2 breath pattern. It's inhale, release and stretch it down. Then I'm gonna exhale, turn in and drag it up. And just 1 more like that. So inhale, release, stretch it down the mat, exhale, turn in, drag it up. Okay, so now I'm going to inhale, release that right knee out to the side only. Now I'm gonna let my pelvis rotate. See how my weight goes onto the right side of my pelvis? Then I'm gonna center my pelvis back and then bring my knee up, okay? So I'm allowing that knee to go off to the side, then I'm letting my pelvis move. So I'm rotating, and I'm gonna let my pelvis come back to neutral, and then I bring it up again, okay? 1 more like that. So I'm letting that knee drop off, then allowing my pelvis to move with that weight. Then I'm centering my pelvis back, then bringing my knee back up, all right? And that's that, okay. So that's our hip release. So I'm gonna grab the weights here. So if you have weights, we're gonna use those right now. If not, just kind of follow along with the arm movements. So what I'm gonna have you do is start with your elbows bent. So your elbows can be all the way down against the mat, or they can be hovering in line with your shoulder joint here. Okay, if they're hovering above the mat, that's gonna give you a little bit more work in your shoulder joint, okay? So starting right here, I'm just gonna do an ab prep. So I'm gonna keep my pelvis in neutral. I'm gonna start with that head nod, and then I'm just gonna flex up with my upper body. Okay, that's it. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down, all right? And inhale, I'm gonna nod the chin. Exhale, just flexing up. I hold, inhale here, and exhale, I lengthen down again. Again, so we're just gonna do 4 of these. I'm gonna flex up, hold, inhale here, and exhale, I lengthen back down again. So I'm remembering to nod that chin to help stabilize my neck. I'm gonna hold here, and then I'm gonna come back down again. So we're gonna add some external rotation at the shoulder joint. Okay, so we're going to open the arms out to the side, bring them back, and then flex up, hold, open, close, and then roll down. All right, so inhale, open, exhale, we close, flex up, inhale, open, exhale, close, roll down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And again, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, and coming all the way down. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna bring my arms overhead like so. I'm gonna do my ab prep, so my elbows are wide. I'm gonna exhale and flex up, and I'm gonna bring my elbows back down to the side, okay? And then I'm gonna exhale and come down. So inhale, exhale, I flex up. I'm gonna hold, inhale, and exhale, I'm gonna come back down again. And inhaling, exhale, I come up. Inhale, I hold, exhale to come down. One more like that, inhaling, exhale, I come up. Inhale, I hold, and exhale, I come down. So this time, I'm gonna add that external rotation of the shoulder joint. So I'm gonna exhale and flex forward. Inhale, I'm gonna open my arms out to the side, keeping my elbows anchored. Exhale, I bring them back. And then inhale, I lower down, bring that overhead. Exhale, I flex up here. Inhale, I open. Exhale, I close. I roll down, arms come overhead. So I flex up, bring my elbows right to the side. I open, close, and roll down. We're gonna do one more. Hopefully you're feeling like you're warming up here. And so the weights just add a little bit more intensity to the abdominals and the upper body here. All right, so I'm gonna drop the weights down here. I'm gonna circle my arms out to the side, and I'm gonna flip over into the prone position, okay? So I'm actually gonna be using the weights here too, but if you don't have weights, as I said, that's okay. Just pretend you do. So I'm gonna use the balls right here, and I'm gonna hold them underneath my forehead, like so. So I'm in that long hover position. So I'm making sure here that my glutes are engaged so that I don't go too much into my lumbar spine. But my elbows are flexed. I'm gonna start with the balls down and my head down, and I'm just gonna start with a lift and lower. So I'm gonna inhale here, keeping my feet down. I'm just gonna lift my upper body, take an inhale, and then exhale and lower down again. So I inhale to prepare, exhale, I'm lifting, the balls are coming with me. Hold, inhale, and exhale, and I come down. I'm just gonna do one more like that. So inhaling here, exhale, I come up. Inhale, I hold, and exhale, I come down. Okay, so the next one, I'm gonna come up, and I'm going to take my right arm, and I'm gonna bring my elbow down towards my side, and then bring my arm back up again, and then lower down. Okay, we're gonna do alternating with the balls. So inhale, I hold here. Exhale, I come up. Inhale, my elbows comes down, and then back up again, and then I lower, all right? We're gonna do the other side. So exhale, we lift. Inhale, that elbow comes down. Exhale, that arm comes back up, and then inhale to lower, all right? Right side, exhale, we lift. Inhale, elbow comes down by the side. Exhale, it comes back up again. Inhale and lower. All right, last one here. Exhale. Inhale, that elbow comes down. Exhale, we bring it up, and then we lower down. All right, let's take that back for a shell stretch. So hopefully you felt that in your upper spine. Just rounding here. Making sure we get that counter movement in through the spine, right? Really good to help keeping it healthy. So we're gonna start with some hundreds. With these hundreds today, we're not going to be pulsing the arms because we have the weights. We're just gonna be holding the arms and holding the weights. So if you have weights, we're gonna use those. So laying back into the supine position here. So I'm just gonna hold my weights, and I'm gonna have my palms facing in here, okay? I'm gonna imprint my spine, bring my legs to tabletop, and I'm gonna flex forward with my upper body, okay? So I'm just gonna hold for 5 counts here as I inhale, and then I'm gonna exhale, and I'm gonna extend my legs out for 5 counts. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna inhale, bring it in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale, send it away. 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 3, 4, 5, and bring it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna hold, have the palms facing in for 5 counts. 3, 5, and then exhale, send the legs away. Turn the palms to face down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the palms in and inhale. 2, 4, 5. Turn the palms down, bend the knees in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the palms in, count for 5, 4, 5. Turn the palms down, extend the legs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, turn palms. 3, 4, 5. Turn palms down and bend the knees. 2. One more set. Inhale. 2, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn palms in. 2, 4, 5. Bend the knees in. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your 100. Okay, so send those legs down the mat. without too much of a bend. You're gonna reach the arms overhead with the weights. We're gonna inhale, reach, exhale, coming up for that half roll back. So we're gonna do for 8, we're gonna roll back. So holding the weights, right? So we're gonna do 4, holding the weights with the arms reaching. So we have 2 more. And then on this last one here, we're gonna curl, bicep curl. Okay, so we reach and then curl in, right? And then a reach, curl in. Got one more like that. Reach, we're gonna curl in and hold back right here. And we're gonna do some bicep curls holding this position. So inhale, extend the arms, exhale and bend. Inhale and exhale. We're just gonna do 8, so we have 6 more. Inhale and exhale. So we're just stabilizing. This is endurance for the abs. 2 and 1. We're gonna hold right here. Stretch those legs out. We're gonna roll down, nice and slow. Rolling all the way down. We're gonna reach the arms overhead here. So let's separate the feet so they're hip distance apart. Arms are reaching overhead here. Make sure you have your ab connection. You're not letting go of them and letting your rib cage lift off of the mat, okay? Very neutral through the spine. We're gonna reach the arms up towards the ceiling first, then nod the chin, and we're gonna roll up. This actually makes it a little bit easier to roll up with the weights because you have that counterbalance. Okay, so for those of you who maybe have to work just a little bit through your tight spot, because usually we get a tight spot in the back and we have to kind of, you know, momentum. This ball should help you. Also, if you need to bend your knees to roll through your flat areas of your spine, you can go ahead and do that. You just can't bend them too much because then that's gonna actually keep you from rolling up all the way, okay? It should feel quite nice. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, nod the chin and we roll up. And we're gonna do 4 more like that. Inhale, exhale, we roll down. And 3. And just 2 more. Inhaling, exhaling, come up. Should feel good, like a nice stretch on the spine, maybe even on your hamstrings. And last one here. And rolling all the way up. And we're gonna roll all the way down. We're gonna do some leg circles here, okay? Gotta get my cheat sheet out. Okay, so we're not gonna be using the weights with these. I'm just gonna put them off to the side so that they don't get into the way. Be in a nice neutral position here. So your 3 points in your lower abdomen are all in the same plane of movement. You have that natural curve, ribs are down, okay? So I'm gonna inhale, prepare without moving my pelvis. I'm gonna engage my abs and I'm gonna lift my left leg to tabletop here, okay? So just for 5, nice and easy in each direction, okay? My hands are gonna be down by the side. I'm gonna circle in and then around, okay? Inhaling to circle in, exhaling out to the side. So the whole objective here is not to let the pelvis move with this leg circling, okay? I'm isolating my movement at my hip joint. I have 1 more here, inhale and exhale. This is kind of your prep, okay? Then we're gonna reverse it. Inhale and exhale, cross the midline, bring it in, okay? So we wanna make sure you're keeping that ab connection, keeping the same distance between your hips and your ribs, both sides. We got 2 more, inhale, exhale, last one here. So we're gonna do 2 sets of the leg circles today. The first set we're doing with the hips down. The second set we're gonna do with hips up, okay? So we're gonna hold here, inhale, contract the abdominals, bring that right leg to tabletop, cross the midline in, exhale, take it away. So you can call this like your rehearsal for hips up, right? Because it's gonna be a lot harder. Remember, we do 5 in each direction, so we have 2 more, because we're not gonna have any feedback from the mat to help keep us in that neutral position, and we're gonna be holding our hips up, okay? So let's reverse that. Inhale, circle around, exhale, cross the midline and bring it in. And 4 more like that. And 3, and 2, and 1. All right, so if with the hips up, you're feeling like you're losing your form, come back down to the mat, okay? So I'm gonna bring my legs all the way together here, and I'm just gonna pick my hips up, right? So this is a good glute bridge or shoulder bridge. I'm gonna start with my left leg. So without moving my pelvis, I'm gonna lift my left leg to tabletop. I'm gonna do 5 circles. 5, inhale, exhale, 4. So notice how your circle is probably gonna have to be a little bit smaller here. And 2, and 1. Same intention. And we're reversing. We're just working a lot harder, holding the hips up so glutes and hamstrings work harder. So do your obliques. We have 2 more. Don't forget your breathing, right? Relaxing the upper body. Last one here. Foot comes down. All right. Bring your feet all the way together. That's going to help you to not release your hips here, okay? So that other leg's going to come up, pressing down into the mat. We inhale, cross the midline. Exhale, take it around. And we have 2 here. Inhale, exhale, 3. And 2 more. Really pushing into that left heel, right? And last one here, like so. Now we reverse it. So make sure you're only going as big as you can maintain that stability through your spine. 2, and we have 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more here. Woo! That foot comes down. Let's inhale, exhale, and let's articulate down back to the mat. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do a little bit of work on our side. So, but we're gonna combine it with the spine twist. So it's kind of a combo type thing. So I'm gonna have you sit up and definitely use your weights if you want, but that's just an option. So I'm sitting up right up on top of my sit bones here, and I'm in a neutral position. So I have all the natural curves of my spine. I'm gonna inhale and exhale, lift those arms up, okay? I'm gonna twist. So we know we do 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, pulling my abs in tight. 1, 2, 3. Inhale back here. And again, so if you're using those weights, you're gonna feel your delts working to hold those up. Yeah? And again, 1, 2, 3. And we have 5 more here. And exhale. Inhale, I reach. So think of spiraling from the bottom of your spine to the top of your spine. Last set here. Inhale, I reach. And exhale, 1, 2, and 3. Come back to center, arms come down. Okay, so we're gonna do another set of those, but first we're gonna do some side work, okay? So one arm push to the side. So we're gonna sit mermaid position here, and you're gonna put your hand on top of the ball. It can also be flat down if you want, onto the mat. My fingers are pointing away from my body here. So I'm gonna start with just a bending of the elbow joint right here. So my elbow's kind of coming behind me a little bit. I'm keeping my shoulders nice and wide. I'm gonna lift this arm up, and then I'm gonna press away. Okay, so I'm just bending my elbow here and then pressing away, all right? And just gonna do 5 of these. And again, I'm bending and then pressing away. And 1 more like this. And I hold right here, okay? So now I'm gonna bend that elbow, then I'm gonna add a twist, keeping my elbow bent. Then I'm gonna open to the side and press back up again, okay? So I'm bending my elbow, I'm keeping my spine even on both sides. Now I'm gonna twist my upper spine, keeping that elbow bent. I'm gonna turn back to the side and then come up again. I'm gonna do 3 more like that. Bending the elbow. Here I twist, reaching this arm out. I come back to that side and then I press up again, okay? And I bend that elbow. Now I rotate, keeping my elbow bent. I turn and I come up. 1 more like that. Bend the elbow, holding. I turn my body, keeping my elbow bent. My back elbow's bent still. Come back to the side and then press away, okay? We're gonna do another side twist. So It's your choice if you want to use the weights or not. So I'm bending my knees, my legs are open, but just a little bit wider than my shoulders. I'm gonna reach those arms out to the side. I'm gonna have my palms facing forward here, and I'm gonna rotate towards my left first. So I'm gonna twist, exhale, 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach. There's one set. And 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach. Exhale. And we're gonna do 3 more sets. 1, pulse, 2, and 3. So with each pulse, I'm pulling my abs in. We have 2 more sets. I'm gonna turn my palms to face down here. 1, just changes the emphasis a little bit. Come back to center and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and got 1 more here. Here we go. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And last side, 1 and 2 and 3. Come back to center, arms come down. Holy cow, if you're using weights, you felt that, right? Woo! Okay, so we're gonna do that side work on the other side with that one arm push. What I like about that one arm push, so it's mermaid style on this side, is it really works your stabilizers of your scapula. So what we want to watch out for is not letting that shoulder curl in this way. Okay, so you want to make sure you stay nice and open there through that shoulder joint. We're going to reach that arm up, and we're just going to bend and then press away. So we bend. So this is working your triceps eccentrically. So that means they're lengthening, but they're controlling this movement, right? So really important to be able to do this, and really good. Good for you. Now we're gonna bend, okay? Here we're gonna keep that back elbow bent, and we're gonna twist and reach this arm. Now we're gonna rotate back to that side bend and press up, okay? So we're bending that elbow, twisting the upper spine, come back to that side bend, and then press up. All right, so bend that elbow, twist, come back to the center, and then pulse up again. Let's do 1 more. So we bend, we twist, come back to the side, and press up. All right, hopefully that felt good. So we gotta end with 1 more spine twist, okay? Just to finish it, we start with it, we'll finish with it. So this time, let's not use weights, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend the elbow, the same side that we're rotating towards. So my right elbow is gonna bend as I twist here. So I'm gonna pulse 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach. Exhale, I bend that back elbow, and I'm pulsing for 3 here. So you should feel this more in your mid-back. 1, 2, right between your shoulder blades, right? And exhale, keeping your rib cage stacked right over your pelvis. Okay, super important that you're not leaning back behind your sit bones here, okay? And 1, 2, 3, we reach. Let's do 1 more set. 1, 2, 3, inhale. Remember, rotation is so important because it helps to bring back the natural curves of your spine, which we kind of tend to lose over time because of that compression, right? Pushing us down from gravity. So moving on, we have our leg pull front prep. I love these. I hope you do too. Kind of a love-hate relationship I have with these. So I'm gonna bring my knees all the way together. My hands are gonna go right underneath my shoulder joint here. My knees right underneath my hip joint. So typically I see people when they set up go too close. Their hands and knees are too close together. So really make sure here that you've got that good alignment. Okay, especially for this exercise. You're gonna curl your toes under, find all your natural curves. We're gonna inhale to prepare, feel the rib cage extend out to the side and to the back. Exhale, pull those abs in tight, press into your feet, and lift your knees. Just a little bit of a hover, right? Hold, inhale, and exhale, we come down. And holding and inhaling here. Exhale, we lift. Inhale and hold. Exhale, we come down. And inhale, exhale, lifting those knees. So when we start adding on with these, you can always come back to this particular exercise, okay? Inhale, exhale, we lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come down. Okay, so we're gonna do alternating leg lifts here. It doesn't have to be high. And if you wanna keep your knees down, you can do those as well. Okay, so we're gonna inhale here, prepare. Exhale, I'm just shifting my weight into my hands a little bit, hovering with my knees. I'm gonna start with that right leg. I'm gonna lift that right leg up and then lower. Pelvis doesn't move, spine doesn't move. We lift and then lower. And again, so we're doing 4 sets. And lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Did I say 4? I think this is 4 right here. And last one. And lift and lower and knees come down. Okay, so for this next one, we're gonna be bending the knee, flexing the spine, and then sending that leg out and going into extension of the spine, okay? So you can either do that with your knees down or with your knees hovering, okay? So what I'm working on with my knees hovering is that I'm trying to keep my knee that's hovering the same distance from the mat. I'm trying not to lift it too high, okay? So here I go. You ready? We're gonna inhale, prepare. If you're lifting your knees, let's go. So shifting my weight into my upper body a little bit. I'm gonna take my right knee, bring it in towards my chest, so I'm curling my spine, and then I'm gonna go out into extension here. And then I'm gonna bring it in, I'm still hovering, and then I'm gonna take it out into extension. Got 2 more like that. And inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, I bring it in. Exhale, I send it away. That foot comes down, and then the knees come down. Gotta do the other side, right? At least we only have 2 legs, right? So we're gonna inhale, hold here. Exhale, pushing into the feet, lifting the knees up. We're gonna inhale, curl in. See, I'm bending my elbows a little bit. Exhale, I take it out into extension. And inhale, I curl. Exhale, I arch. And 2 more. Inhale, curl, I'm hovering with that knee. Trying not to let it lift up off the mat too much. Last one. Come back down, find your neutral, place the knees down. Take this back for a shell stretch here. I think it's time to work our abs. What do you think? Okay, so this is gonna be a flexion-free ab series, and we're gonna use the weights, but you don't have to, as I keep saying. Just a reminder, if in case you're tuning in right now, weights aren't mandatory. Nothing is actually. All right, so here we go. So first of all, let's start with imprinting the spine. Remember that just the abs are doing that. We're gonna lift the right leg to tabletop and then the left leg to tabletop here, okay? So what I want you to remember when we're doing work like this is definitely, if you need to use a cushion behind your head, do that. Because if you need one and you don't have them, you're gonna tense up through your neck muscles for sure, okay? So is that, if you have the strength to work in neutral, right? That's where we wanna be eventually, okay? Not that it's not really that much easier to work an imprint, that's just making your abs work to give you more support, that's all, okay? So you're choosing your imprint or your neutral, and then what we're gonna do is send the legs away from your body until you feel your abs kick in a little bit more, right? But we wanna keep the knees bent, right? So my legs are at about a vertical position here at my thighs, okay? So now here I'm gonna lift my arms up and I'm holding my weights. This is my starting position, so I'm gonna do toe taps. So I'm gonna start with my left foot and I'm gonna tap down, okay? And then come back up again. And then my right leg, and I tap. And I come back up again. So I wanna make sure that my rib cage, right, and my sacrum are nice and heavy on the mat. I don't lose those. And we're gonna do 4 and 3, stabilizing my scapula here too. And 2 and 1. Take a break whenever you need one, okay? Check in with your legs, maybe move them away from you. If you need to have less intensity, bring your knees in towards you a little bit more, okay? So now we're gonna reach arms overhead. So we're gonna start with that left arm reaches, and then we bring it up again. And right arm reaches. And we bring it up. So this is gonna be challenging more rib cage, all right? And we reach. We're gonna do 4 more here. So 4 and 3 and 2. This is kind of our prep work. And 1. All right, so guess what we're gonna do now? Yep, arm and leg together. So left arm, left leg, reaches, and then come back up again. Now right arm and right leg, reaches, and we come back up again and again. So feel how your abs have to work more, right? As we add, we're gonna be adding more too. So we have 4 more here, and 3, and 2. Your abs are actually at their strongest when they're in a shortened position, and 1 right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna send both arms out to the side, but first I want you to send your legs out a little bit further to challenge yourself, okay? Then we're gonna take both arms out to the side. Inhale and exhale, just for 4 though. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, we bring it up. And 2. Inhale and exhale. And last one, both arms out. All right, so now we're gonna reach both legs together, right? And both arms. Don't feel like you have to tap your toes all the way down to the mat, okay? So remember, go slow because we don't want the spine moving here. And then we come up. Inhale, we reach. Exhale. 2 more, only 2. Inhale. Exhale, we come up. Last one, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna hold here. So now we're gonna do unilateral arms. This is our last set, okay? So we're gonna reach that left arm out to the side, right? So you're not letting your spine twist here, and then come back to center. And again, and we reach. Your feet can be down here too if your hip flexors are like gripping at you. And we got 1 more here. Yep, and we come up, now we're gonna do the other side. So not letting the spine twist. You feel how it wants to kind of go over towards the same side as the weight. Wants to go towards the right. You're using your abs not to let it. 2 more, inhale, exhale, last one here. Awesome, all right. Let's stretch those legs all the way down the mat here. Reach the arms all the way up. We're gonna do 4 roll-ups. So we're gonna inhale, reach, exhale, nod the chin and roll it up. A little transition, and then roll down. Inhale, start with the arms, exhale, we nod the chin. You can protract your scapula a little bit here, but not too much, okay? And then roll down. And let's do 2 more, arms reaching. These starting to feel easier for you, hopefully. You're doing all this mat work. And last one, inhale, exhale, take it up and over. And then we're gonna come all the way down and we're gonna flip over to the prone position. Okay, so here we're gonna work on our heel squeeze prone. So you can still have a cushion here and a place to put your forehead if you like. Or you can just cross your hands and put your hands on your head here. So you're gonna point your toes out towards the corner of the mat. I'm gonna scoot up a little bit more. There we go. And I'm gonna bend my knees here, dorsiflex my ankles, and bring my heels together. Okay, I'm gonna widen my knees out a little bit. And I'm not bringing my heels way close to my glutes here. Okay, so it's like my lower leg is just vertical. Okay, or we have about a 90-degree angle at the knee joint. And I'm just gonna relax here. So I'm turning my head so that you can hear me okay, but really it's probably better if your head is in line properly with your spine here, okay? So we're gonna inhale, prepare, exhale. You're just gonna squeeze your heels, press your hips down into the mat, pull your abs in tight, and exhale to release. And again, so you're gonna inhale, squeeze into those heels, feel those glutes engage, and then exhale to release. And again, inhale and squeeze those glutes. So we're not letting the hips lift up off the mat here, and exhale, release. And last time, so this time we're gonna inhale, squeeze, hold here. Exhale, you're gonna lift the knees up off the mat. Inhale, lower. All right, and squeeze into the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale and lower. Inhale, squeeze the heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lower. Make sure your scapula is stable too, okay? Inhale, contract. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Let's just do one more. Inhale, squeeze heels. Exhale, lift. Inhale and hold. Exhale and lower right here, okay? So we're gonna take this into a breaststroke, okay? So we're gonna start in this position here. Hands are gonna be right down by my side, or my elbows flexed, my hands are down around my shoulder level. So I'm gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, I'm going to extend my arms and my legs. So notice my legs aren't going to extend all the way out, okay? Then I'm gonna inhale, bend my knees, extend my spine, squeeze my heels. Okay, so I'm gonna exhale, dive forward, extend my legs. Inhale, bend the knees in and take it up. Okay, we're gonna do 5 more like that. Exhale, stretch my legs out, reach my arms. Inhale, circle my arms, bend my knees. And exhale, I'm extending my arms and my legs here. And I'm coming up, bending my knees in. I exhale, dive forward, stretch my legs out. Inhale, circle around. Again, exhale. Inhale, I circle and bend. Last time here. Exhale, I dive forward. Inhale, coming back. And then upper body comes down. Woo. All right. So we're going to take this over to the side. We're going to do a star series and a side leg series, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna bend those knees here, and we're gonna come up on the hand. You can also be on your forearm here too. If you're on your forearm, you're not gonna get as much lift from your hips, and that's okay, right? So here we go. So we're going to exhale and just come up to that star position. So we're not using weights here. And then inhale to come down, okay? And exhale, although you can, right? You definitely could use a weight in that top arm. So we're just gonna do 4 of these, right? Just with the arm. Okay, and this next one, we're gonna add the leg and the arm for the star, right? For 4. And I'm really pressing down with my bottom knee. So I'm pushing with my bottom knee, pushing my hip away, right? And last one, I'm gonna come down. Now I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna hold. So I'm gonna hold right here, and I'm gonna circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold, and come all the way down. Okay, so I'm actually gonna come down onto my forearm because I wanna do a little counter movement. So I'm gonna reach my arm overhead here and take my leg back and push into my elbow. So I'm reaching back into extension, and then I'm gonna curl my spine forward, bring my knee in, and then I'm gonna reach away, yeah? And then I'm gonna bring it in. So this should feel nice on the spine, and reach out. And last one here, curling my spine and extending my spine. Okay, we'll do the other side. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. We only have like 5 more minutes left. Okay, so on the side, remember you can be on your forearm here too. That definitely works. Or you can be up on your arm, definitely making sure you're not collapsing into your side here, okay? You want to feel very active through your muscles, all the way down your side. So just start with lifting the hips. So what I want you to feel here is your bottom knee pushing away, pushing your hips away into that mat so that your bottom hips are working too, right? So think about that. Think of pushing into the mat as you come up, okay? Inhale again, and then pushing away also with your body. So here you should feel that push. And we have one more here. We're adding that arm up. Now we're gonna add that leg for the star. So remember, push into that mat as we come up for the star. There we go. So we're gonna do 4. So that's 1, 2, keeping your spine neutral. We know what that is by now, right? And we're gonna hold right here. I need to scoot over a little bit. We're gonna do circles, 5 in each direction. So 1, 2, 3, inhale, exhale 4, and 1 more. Inhale, exhale 5. Let's reverse it now. Down and around. You should be feeling this. I hope so. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And bring it all the way down. We're going to take this into that counter movement. So going down onto our forearms, still not collapsing into this arm here. You're pushing away. We're going to bend the knee, bring it in so you're flexing your spine here, and then reaching the arm up and going into extension, right? And then exhale, we curl. Inhale, reach and open. And 2 more like that. So we're curling in, then we're opening the spine. Good counter movement, super important. And last one here. Awesome. All right. So we're going to do some hip rolls, okay? Just to help to release the back, also to help recruit those glutes a little bit, okay? So here we go. Hands are going to be right down by the side. So we're going to start in that neutral position here. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're just going to rock your pelvis back into that imprint. Then you're going to use your glutes to peel your spine off. Think of energy out through the knees here. We're going to hold, inhale. Exhale, soften through the chest and rib cage and articulate down. So that should feel like a nice stretch through the spine. Inhale, hold. Exhale, rocking the pelvis back. So nice and slow. You're thinking of working both sides of the waist evenly here. Feel those glutes engaged. Think of reaching your pelvis and rib cage away from each other. Hold, inhale. Exhale, nice and soft here through the chest. So you got to keep those glutes engaged. Think of increasing your imprint to roll down. Go deliberately from your imprint to your neutral, okay? We'll do 2 more like that. So inhale, exhale, let's rock it back. Let's roll it up. Energy out through the knees. Inhale, hold here. I'm pressing down into the mat, just gently though. That's gonna help me to release any tension in my upper body. And I'm gonna do 1 more like that. Inhale, exhale, I'm rocking my pelvis back first. Then I got my glutes going to help me peel my spine off, following 1 long line here with my spine, softening through the chest and rib cage. And I'm gonna roll all the way down. All right, I'm gonna take this up. We're gonna end with a saw. So a saw is a nice exercise to kind of combine a lot of the movements of the spine, okay, and the arms too, and the shoulders. So sitting up nice and tall, you wanna make sure here that your rib cage is right over your pelvis, okay? So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna have, my knees are gonna be bent and my feet are just a little bit wider than my shoulders. I'm gonna hold, inhale here. I'm gonna twist to my right. Then I'm gonna sweep my right arm across my body. My pinky finger is gonna be in line with my pinky toe. I'm gonna turn my back hand down and flex my spine. So this is that saw position. I'm reaching with my right arm and reaching back with my left arm. Okay, I'm looking down at my knees. My weight is even on my sit bones. Then I'm gonna lengthen and stack all the way up, keeping my rotation, unwind my hand here, and then rotate back to center, okay? I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna twist. I'm gonna take my left arm across my body, pinky finger, pinky toe, turn my back hand down, and I'm gonna reach. So I'm reaching back with my back hand, reaching forward with my front hand. I'm gonna stack my spine back up, unwind my back hand, and rotate to center. Let's do 1 more dynamic. So inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, I stack up. Exhale, I open. Last one here. Inhale, exhale. Bring it up. Arms to center, and all done. I hope you had a good workout today. If you have any questions, you can email me on cat@thegreenroompilates.com. No, it's cat@thegreenroompilates.com is our website. Cat@thegreenroompilates
Wait a second, that's my email. Ignore me. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer anything. So hope you had a good day, and talk to you soon. Happy weekend.